welcome back to Travelling Box. Today I'm working on the next thing of my list. I have an extensive list of things I need to do to Frankie before we depart on adventures and have fun in her. And today the next thing on my list is to sterilise the water system. Now, because I don't know how long Frankie has been sat for, and certainly I know the toilet flush hasn't been flushed through and emptied. I don't know how long the pipes and the water system and everything else has been sat for, so I really want to give her a good sterilise and flush through the system. Now, to that end, I asked an awful lot of questions on various groups, and thankfully some very kind fella by the name of Don Boyd, who also happens to be on the committee of the northwest area of the Swift Caravan Owners Club. So kind he was. He sent me a step-by-step guide to help me with the purification of the caravan's water systems. So I'm going to start that today. And what he said is to use a product called PuraClean. And he says the following: this is a powder that when mixed with water will clean and sterilise your water system. Bonus. First though, some people advocate the use of Milton to sterilise the water system. I've certainly seen that. Milton is designed as a chlorine or hypochlorite based sterilising agent, whether you use the liquid or dissolving tablets. It is good at sterilising anything that is already clean, like baby's bottles or brewing kit. It doesn't clean the biofilm from inside of the pipes. Now, when bacteria are growing in water, they produce a slimy glue-like substance that they use to anchor themselves to any surface as bacteria reproduce, called binary fission. Here's a chemistry lesson, this caravan malarkey. And they can produce toxins. These can also stick to the biofilm. And Milton may kill most of the bacteria, but it doesn't remove the biofilm where the toxins are hiding. Milton will also attack the metal in your water system, and that's from the British Steel Association. Yeah, I've heard somebody else say that they used Milton for years quite successfully, and then eventually their plug fell out. Which I don't really want to happen, poor fella. So now they also advocate PuraClean. I bought a little tub of PuraClean, and I paid £5 for it, and have since found it vastly cheaper elsewhere. So in future I'll be buying it elsewhere and buying a bigger tub. But this is what I have today, so I will be using it. He then goes on to describe step-by-step process for me, and he says how to use it. For every 4.5 litres of water used to clean the system, you need 1 teaspoon of PuraClean. So a 40-litre aqua roll will need 9 teaspoons. There is no point adding extra, as it will not work any better, which makes sense to me, same as shampoos and soaps. More surfactants don't necessarily make it cleaner. Now, my aqua roll that I bought, or water hog or something it was called, I know is 51 litres. So that means I need 11, I'll have to double check, 11 teaspoons for my aqua roll, or whatever brand it is that I have. I bought a big one. I don't know whether I made a mistake there or not, but bigger actually was cheaper. So I bought that one. So yes, I'll be putting 11 teaspoons, I guess, of the PuraClean into mine. So we break it down into steps. Step 1. Get a large water jug and add some warm water to it. Then add the right amount of PuraClean powder and mix it well. If you add it directly to the water container, there is a good chance it will go lumpy and stick to the inside of the water container, which will give your water a funny taste. Nobody likes funny tasting water, and that kind of makes sense to me, a bit like gravy granules or corn flour or custard powder or anything like that. You need to be able to mix it up a bit so that it is soluble. So yes, that's step 1. Let's get started then. And under step 2, attach your waste wheeler or waste container to the caravan. As you clean your system, the waste mixture will go into the waste wheeler and sterilise that as well. Cool, so it's doing multiple things. Now, my water waste thing is brand new, as is my water container. So they probably don't need sterilising in the way that a used one would, but no bad thing to do that anyway. So off we go. Step 3. Half fill the water container, then add the PuraClean mixture. Fill the water container to the brim and put the water pump in. Again, this is all the first time I'm doing this, so let it stand for half an hour to clean and sterilise the container. Again, mine is new, so possibly doesn't need all of that to sterilise the container. I'll see how I go. I might just flush it through the system for this first time. Step 4. Draw the water with the PuraClean into all the water system in the caravan, hot and cold water system. If you smell the water coming out, it will have a chemical but not strong chlorine smell. Rub your fingers under the water coming from the taps and it will feel slightly slippery. Ooh. Allow the water to sit in the pipes for at least 1 hour. Although if you have never cleaned the pipes or suspect they have been contaminated, you can leave the mixture overnight. I think I'll be doing that this time because I don't know how long the caravan's been sitting around or when she was last sterilised. I draw about a pint off each tap every hour or so if I'm leaving it a long time. Not if I'm doing it overnight. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to get up every hour just to run the taps. It gets fresh mixture to the pipes and keeps the mixture moving through the pipes. Makes sense. Step 5. Once the time is up, I draw lots of mixture through, then disconnect. Pour what's left in the water container into the Wastewheeler. Rinse the water container out a couple of times to flush out any remaining solution. You don't need to fill it, just about quarter, and then give it a good shake and tip out. Water your plants with it. Somebody else also suggested to me that I pour the excess into the toilet flush to flush that through, and that seems like a really good idea as well, and using it as much as possible for as many different scenarios seems absolutely ideal to me, so I think I'll be doing that as well. Step 6. Drain your caravan water system down and then refill with fresh water. Draw around 4 pints from each cold tap and 6 pints from each hot tap. Don't forget to do the shower as well. Actually, my shower is the same as my tap in the bathroom sink, so that'll be one and the same thing. Draw more from the hot taps because you need to flush the hot water tank out. Okay, get that one. He says, I tend to clean my system within a couple of days before our first trip out, I'm guessing first trip in the season, then halfway through the season just before a trip again. We always drink water from our taps and I'm happy it is safe to drink. It's called a portable water supply. I hope this helps a bit. Oh Don, you've got no idea how much this has helped. Thank you so much for the considerable time you put in to writing these instructions for me. It has been immensely useful and I cannot thank you enough. So hopefully what I'm doing here has made sense to somebody else as well and might help them with your step-by-step instructions. So you're an absolute star. Thank you, Don. So here's the moment of truth. Let's see how it tastes. Bottoms up. Tastes good. No funny taste, just tastes like my tap water. I think it's worked. Thank you again, Don. If you liked this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.